My family is telling me to give up the money I've been saving for my baby to my nephew because my baby isn't born yet, or it'll be my fault my nephew can't go to college. For a bit of backstory, my husband, Chris, 31M, and I, 30F, have been planning to have kids for quite some time now. About 2 years ago, I got pregnant, and we both told our families. My father-in-law, Rory, gave us a check for £1,000 and said he wanted us to use it to buy baby stuff while the kid was young, and whatever was left over should be saved for when our child turns 18 and then given to them. I lost the baby shortly after, and we tried to give Rory the money back, but he asked if we were planning on trying again. We replied that we wouldn't be anytime soon, but someday definitely. He said to keep the money, put it in a savings account, and keep adding to it for when we did have a baby. Chris and I tried to put in about £10 a week between us, which is doable for high school teachers. We missed a couple of weeks, but there's about £2,500 in there right now, and we've never taken out of it. In 2 years, the only people who have put money in this account are me, Chris, and Rory. Both Chris and I have been to therapy, and we agreed to try again about 6 months ago. I'm now pregnant again, at 4 months. We told our families today, and both Rory and my mother-in-law are really happy for us, as are my parents. However, my brother, Tom, 35M, looked a bit sad. I asked if I could speak to him off to one side. In the conversation that ensued, Tom said that he had actually been hoping to ask me about the baby fund. Tom and his wife are both on a living wage, meaning they earn slightly less than us, as they had my nephew, Sean, 16M, at the age where they would have gone to uni, so it's important to them that Sean gets to go. Sean is 16 but plans to go to uni in a couple of years. Tom and his wife are concerned that if Sean got a job to save up, it would affect his grades, and they don't have money to spare. So, before Tom knew I was pregnant, he was basically hoping he could ask me to transfer the current contents of the baby fund over to Sean and keep giving Sean the money that would otherwise go into the baby fund, as he worries Sean will not be able to afford uni otherwise. If I were to agree to this and keep doing it until he finished uni, I could restart the baby fund when the baby I'm currently carrying is about 5 years old. I told Tom I wasn't comfortable with that for several reasons, the main ones being that at most a third of it is actually my money, that the money is meant for my baby, and that the money was also meant to be used when the baby was due to get baby stuff, which we'd struggle to afford otherwise on teachers' wages. I said I'd be willing to work something out, and that with the pregnancy, Chris is gradually taking on more housework, so maybe if Sean wanted to come over and do the garden or help with chores, I could pay him out of my money and not the baby fund. But Tom says that Sean can't be distracted from his studies. I said that while I love my nephew, I'm just not comfortable giving money meant for my child to Sean. Am I really in the wrong for saying no here? Edit. My family sides with Tom, as the baby isn't born yet, and I have time to rebuild the fund. Chris and Rory side with me in that the money, as far as they're concerned, is for their child/grandchild, but Rory also said, do what you think is best. My mother-in-law wants to keep the peace, but the initial money was just as much her idea as Rory's. Also, for clarification, Rory has no relation to either Tom or Sean, and no one on my side of the family other than me has made any contribution to the baby fund. Update 1. Op responding to a comment in a different thread when someone asked about their situation. Hi, of all the things I was expecting to see in this thread, I didn't quite expect this, lol. Still pregnant, about 7 months now. My husband and I agreed to pay my nephew and niece to do some jobs for me around the house, and they've accumulated a chunk of cash each, niece at around £100, nephew closer to £500, to check out when they go to university. My brother is none the wiser, and thanks to their efforts, the nursery is ready to go. Nephew has asked his parents to let him get a job, but still no luck. However, his college does these programs within school time which pay, so he's applying for one of those. My mother outright wished that I lost this child because I was so selfish to not help out family, and my brother agreed and said that he would make sure to teach my child to take care of others. They each made a Facebook post about it, which ended up with me getting a bunch of anonymous messages wishing sickness and ill will on me and my child. I came off social media, and I have not spoken to either my mother or brother in a couple of months. Outside of that, I'm doing okay. Baby looks healthy, marriage going strong, and no one has wished unalive on me or my baby since I blocked my mother and brother. So stuff got wild for a second there, but I think it's pretty much over.